You're learning business English, and let's face it, there's an awful lot to learn. There's all this specialist vocabulary, things like vocabulary from marketing and finance and economics and so on and so on. You have to learn all about these business tools and all the business concepts. And then on top of everything else, you realize that you need to be able to make the difference between informal English and formal English. And this is something that is often tested in business English exams, and it's certainly something that will be very important to you in your business career. And you think, I really need to learn this. And you go away and there's books and books and books that you can consult about this, pages and pages and pages you can read. And along with everything else you have to do for business English and any other subject that you're studying, it seems really overwhelming. And this is something that I've experienced and I've seen with hundreds of students that I've taught. And what I would like to show you in this video is that there are some very simple things that you can do in order to quickly change informal English into formal English. And what I'm going to do is go through 3 quick triggers or hacks or things that little things that you can recognize and change very quickly. And the more that you do this, the more that you begin to learn the hacks, and then you can go on to other things. But they will very quickly make a difference in your business English. It will help you to get better grades on your papers, and it will help you very much to pass a business English exam. And we're going to look at 3 different areas. One is vocabulary, very quickly changing informal vocabulary into formal vocabulary. Then we're going to look at the use of passive sentences, and we're going to have an exercise where I show you these passive sentences. And then we're going to look at changing verbs into nouns and making more complex sentences. 3 quick things. There's 37 slides here in total. The exercise, if you do this exercise, is going to take you around about 10 minutes. But I can guarantee you that this 10 minutes will make all the difference to you in being able to implement formal business English into your writing and into your oral business English. So let's start with vocabulary, changing informal vocabulary into formal vocabulary, and just recognizing some keywords. So first of all, let's take a sentence. Did you get my email? And the keyword is get, and we change that to receive, and the word is in red. Let's go on to the next sentence. Please give me more details. Please provide more details. He asked for an extension to the deadline. Asked for. He requested an extension to the deadline. They said no to the offer. They declined the offer. We asked for external help. We requested external assistance. They needed time to think about the proposal. They needed time to consider the proposal. They needed time to look into the matter. They needed time to investigate the matter. They needed time to come up with a new strategy and therefore put off the meeting. They needed time to develop a new strategy and therefore postponed the meeting. We need more information and must make sure the data is accurate. We require more information and must ensure the data is accurate. Please put together a full report. Please compile a full report. I really need to fix the problem, but the system doesn't let me get into the document. I really need to solve the problem, but the system doesn't allow access to the document. The aim of employer branding is to keep employees The aim of employer branding is to retain employees. He shows up late and then leaves out the most important details. He arrives late and then omits the most important details. He gave the information before the meeting. They plan to cut down the costs. He distributed the information before the meeting. They plan to reduce expenditure. The company set up a new department to look at new ideas. The company established a new department to examine new ideas. The government called off the project and now we can't go ahead with our plan. The government cancelled the project and now we can't proceed with the plan. Please turn in your report by Friday and I'll go through it. Please submit your report by Friday and I'll review it. If I come across any issues, I'll tell you. If I encounter any issues, I'll inform you. The project team ran into some problems which we had to deal with, but now we can't put up with any more delays. The project team experienced some problems which we had to handle, but now we can't tolerate any more delays. Okay, so now we come on to passives, and passives will help to make your sentences more impersonal and to change them into formal sentences. So you take the people out of the sentence and concentrate on the activity or the thing itself. And we'll look at some example sentences. Let's have a look at the first one. The company releases new products every year. And if we put release into the passive, then we're going to come up with the sentence, new products are released every year. So let's go on. The company releases new products every year. New products are released every year. HR approves the budget. The budget is approved. They are developing a new strategy. Present continuous. A new strategy is being developed. The project team completed the project on time. Past simple. The project was completed on time. The CEO was considering the changes when we heard the news. Past continuous. Changes were being considered when we heard the news. Our competitors have just launched a new advertising campaign. Present perfect. A new advertising campaign has just been launched. She had already made the decision before the meeting. The decision had already been made. Future HR will discuss the application at the meeting next week. The application will be discussed at the meeting next week. You must submit your expense claim by the end of the month. Your expense claim must be submitted by the end of the month. We can repair the machine if we receive the parts on time. The machine can be repaired if the parts are received on time. If we change verbs to nouns, this can help us to build more complex sentences in our writing and to give more variety in our writing. It can also be impersonal again. We can take people out of the action by changing verbs into nouns. So let's look at some examples. The CEO approved the report and we could start the project. So taking CEO out, the approval of the report enabled us to start the project. Let's go on to some more examples. Taking the people out. HR reduced meeting costs because they had more online meetings. More online meetings led to a reduction in costs. Marketing solved that issue. This proved to be beneficial. A solution to that issue proved to be beneficial. HR rejected that candidate. This was a mistake. The rejection of that candidate was a mistake. The CEO proposed making a number of changes. This was time-consuming. The proposal to make a number of changes was time-consuming. So that was it. It was pretty easy, really. So there are just three quick things, three quick triggers to recognize. So looking out for that informal vocabulary and changing it into the formal word. Changing your active sentences into passive sentences so you can make them more impersonal by taking the people out of the action. And by building some more complex sentences, again, which are a little bit more impersonal, by changing verb constructions into noun constructions. Three quick things. And if you start with these things, your business English, when you need to be formal, is going to get better very quickly indeed. If you want to learn more about formal English and why formal English is so important in business English and why you need to learn it very quickly, then have a look at this video here. So that's all I wanted to say in this video. See you in the next one. Subscribe, like, bye.